that turned him on to his path. And he was
That's
14.
that's what he said.
Yeah. You know, one of his friends slipped him a J that was laced with crack cocaine. And that led to his addiction. Now, me personally, I think that all artists have their own levels of addictions. I think that
Yeah.
all people have their level of addiction. Now, what do you think about these pressures coming into the industry? Like, how do you think you'll address these pressures?
Well, when I was younger, I already dibble and dabble and stuff. Like, been there, done it. Like, okay, whatever. Um, but like, I actually don't even drink anymore. So yeah. I just stick with me and my ganja.
Yeah,
and I'm fine. Like, I've been through the pressures of knowing how certain things feel. So right. It's like, if I already know, like, nah, I'm cool with it.
Right.
I'm not interested in certain things. Nah, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
As long as I got my weed, I'm fine.
Yeah, nah, speaking of that. Now,
I think a lot of the drug use comes from a lot of the pressures from the industry, the anxiety, the overworkedness, and the need to want to escape. Um, so Latina, what is your way of escaping? Like if you're pressured with putting out music or you have deadlines, like how do you mentally escape if not with drugs?
A lot of times, so I have this thing for classical music. A lot of times I just put my headphones in and I'll sit and I'll get lost with myself because I find the beauty in chaos. So when your mind is chaotic, it's kind of like, let me just sit with myself, no outside interaction for a second, just to kind of calm everything and like kind of just bring it down. And it usually works for me.
Six, how do you, as an artist, how do you, well, I know, we 420
like, honestly,
out, but
what's crazy is there is no way, right, to cope. And that's what I want a lot of people to understand. We all have addictions. I had to say to my mom, because my mom, she won't smoke, she won't drink, she really won't even curse ever, right? But she'll run her ass to that casino quick as hell. You feel me? And I like, Ma, that's your addiction, and weed is mine. Then you know what I'm saying? If we about things, right? But the reality of it is this: we don't cope with anything. We have to press forward. You know, that's what gets everybody through. You know, when you start looking at people's stories and you start looking at what was that breaking point in this person's like career or this person's life, it was the press forward moment. The moment, like not the low moment, the press forward, the part where it was like, you know what, I got this no matter what. I'm gonna do this no matter what. You know, so like we don't cope with anything. DMX, I don't think ever pressed. I don't think he ever pressed forward. He stayed in the past and stayed in the moment.
yeah,
Works, but stayed in the moment. I mean, he doesn't even drop any current music. You know, so it's like.
that's true.
You a boss. Now DMX was he ran Rough Riders. You know what I'm saying? Like he made movies.
Yeah.
He did whatever he wanted to do. I mean, there was no. I don't remember any story or major story that took DMX out the game. You know, so the press forward part. Where are we doing that? You know, oh man, like I don't know if there's any other industry like like rock and roll that exposes drug use, you know what I'm saying, heavy, right? Like cocaine and stuff like that.
You
Like
said other than rock and roll?
yeah, like
Yeah.
other than rock and roll. Like hip hop is one of those joints where a lot of the artists that glamorize it, when you really talk to them, most of them don't even use it. You know, it's a lot of the new age artists that are on to it because the artists they listen to before that, their influences, which 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 is interesting because did you see this week when I got old book in a roar when I said none of us are leaders, all of us are followers.
I think I seen something like that. Did
Now, what do you think about that? Before I elaborate, what do you think about in today's world there are no more leaders, all followers?
I was doing a few directions with that, so
Yeah, that's hippie.
I mean, I wouldn't. First of all, I don't think that's something that people should be sensitive about and take it offensively.
Right.
Because that's you could say that to somebody and they're like, you know.
Hold on, say that again. I couldn't hear you. What you say?
Oh, so I said that's one of those things. Unfortunately, like when people are sensitive, they would automatically take offense to that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he called a follower. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. I'm a leader and beat your chest. But in today's world, honestly speaking, everybody is following something or someone in some way, shape, or form. Even if you're
That's
in
what
your
I.
lane, you're still following a tunnel that you see.
Yeah.
You're following something.
Yeah. Today's world, we are moved by our muses.
Mm-hmm.
We are moved by our inspirations.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, the days of the Temptations and the days of go-go bands like wanting to go down and say, let's just get a bucket and go on the side of the road and make music. No one does that anymore. Now, if you get a bucket on the side of the road and try to make music, it's already been done.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, most of this world now, everybody that I'm speaking to are entrepreneurs. Everyone owns a t-shirt company, a clothing company. Everyone owns their own business right now, right?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of them say they offer something totally unique, but they really don't. It's not
Yeah.
even customer service that you're offering. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So when I say that we're in a world where we're all followers, well, look at what they title us on all the social media sites that we use.
Mm-hmm.
Followers or following. And even the people that are on those sites that have zero following, we know that they are following somebody.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we talking about? You know, I said, if someone comes to me with the last original idea in the last 5 years, I will recant and apologize. I'll even make it simple. If someone comes to me with the last original idea in the last 15 years, I'll be I'll be like straight up. I mean, even Master P decided to make a cup of noodles. We already had cup of noodles.
Yeah.
We're in a competition world, baby. This
Them
is
joints bomb
competition.
though.
Yeah, his our bomb. I think he had a black person make his. Have you had his? The rap black?
Boosie joints fire too. Boosie and Master P gumbo joints.
Like it's the ones that I wasn't with was the E40 joints.
Yeah, nah.
So that goes to say, all my old people, that goes to say something else that E40 was not good at. His rap snack flavor. So I mean, listen, listen. Hey, E40, don't hate me, bruh, but your rap snacks taste like your bar sound. Trash. But in other news, we're gonna go ahead and keep it moving, right? Because I don't want people on Old Book to crucify me. Now, let me tell y'all what's crazy, right? Lil Nas X Satan shoes.
Ah,
I am so mad at the world right now and how they are approaching Lil Nas and his Satan shoes. Especially in 2021, people.
they're just fucking shoes.
One of my friends, he's not old at all, but he said that he would like to see someone walking down the street so that he can knock them upside their head and take their Satan shoes off their feet. Now, I said I didn't think we were still doing that in 2021. But
Tell him to give me a pair.
yeah, listen, they're marked with a number on them. So you won't be able to get away with that. If someone reports 165 or 66 stolen, and you're walking around with 155 on your foot, you're gonna catch a grand larceny charge for a tennis shoe. That's why it's $1,000, and it's rare, and it's like art now, right? But we're suing a company that is called Miscellaneous Mischief for a shoe.
Can you back up for a second? Who's suing?
Nike is suing Miscellaneous Mischief.
And they decided to do this after what now?
Backlash. after America, after America was split in half, after they received letters saying that I won't buy another pair of Nikes, you Satan worshippers.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
Yep.
said
So then they decided to brew up a lawsuit.
the squirt holy water in it. Same company.
No, no one
They
complains
knew
about the holy shoes.
the shoes were coming out. They were
Yes,
well aware of all of this.
yes.
They didn't intercept anything. But
No,
they want to do what now?
they put out a stop of sale for the shoes. The shoes can no longer be sold anymore.
They're already sold out.
Miscellaneous mischief has grew overnight to internet celebrities and probably the next crave of designers and custom designers, right? Now, do you have a favorite custom designer that you like to use?
No, not that I could think of.
I don't have a favorite custom designer that I like to use either. So now here at Boss Biz Radio, we would like any or all custom designers hit us up, send us some messages, send us some items so that we can wear on here. Preferably, we like to stay away from anything with Satan on it. But if it's free, we will take it. I'll wear a Satan shirt if it's free, okay? How about you? Would you rock a Satan wear, Satan gear?
It's free.
It's free. Now, if it says Hail Satan, I would not wear that.
Different.
I'm not praising no devils, but if
That's
anybody
too far.
give me a pair of them Satan shoes, please. I wear a size 7 or 6.5 in boys or
No.
men.
Jezebel, those damn Satan shoes are going for 5 stacks now. The new price, the retail price of $1,000 is done. Those shoes are going to be going for 5 stacks now. And
Well, that friend you have,
someone's go like a Pokemon to collect them all.
hey, I got
Now,
you. You get mine too.
I wonder why. Why do we think? Why is Lil Nas X under so much fire for his satanic worshiping when the industry is full of satanic worshiping?
And has been. You know what? When I seen your when you sent me over the notes for today, and I seen that we were talking about DMX, and then right after that you had the Satan shoes or whatever. I was like, now those are really close together. I don't know if a lot of people remember, but back in the day, DMX was like on a demonic side, like all the way. The Old Man, Damien, talking about hell and blood, and one of my favorite songs actually on his album "Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood" is with Marilyn Manson. That's how I got introduced to Marilyn Manson and have liked him ever since. But I don't think it's nothing new. So why is everybody in an uproar?
I'm not gonna lie, Young. I have never listened to a DMX album that has not been a song. I've never listened to a DMX song that was not played on a DMV radio station. Right? My baby mother's from New York, so I don't really listen to any New York artists.
Mm-hmm.
Like anybody that she even had in her CD player is what the hell? I don't want to hear none of this New York shit, right? So I didn't really listen to no New York rappers. But DMX was one of the most prominent ones from from New York, that was doing things, that was constantly doing things, and you see him everywhere.
Yep.
But there was no secret that he was swimming in blood on his cover. There was some albums that I heard he was speaking to the devil and having conversations with the devil. There was some he had conversations with Jesus. He even said in one of his interviews that scared him. Beyonce walked out with a goat head on her head during one of her shows. I mean, there was nothing wrong with that. We all know about the All Seeing Eye and all the things that they do with that in the industry. So I'm wondering why is Lil Nas X, especially in 2021, under so much attack for his satanic worshiping.
I think people are bored. They need something to talk about right now.
That is facts.
Well, I think it has now that goes more. I think it goes deeper than that. It's like I don't know what I was watching, but it's like he's everything that you really shouldn't go against, and he. It's like he's conflicting, but he's not conflicting. So I think if he was just a regular rapper talking that satanic stuff,
he's not a rapper.
A regular artist, talking that stuff, people would just overlook it.
Yeah.
But because because he's homosexual, I think that has a lot to do with it. And the demonic stuff, it's like people are like, well, damn, we already gave you one, like how the people are. They're already like, damn, like, and now, all our kids are watching you. So I think that's
what's
what
scary?
It is.
You want to know, like, let me like interject for a second, right? Because it is deeper than that, Jezebel. And it's deeper than that. The reason why Nas X is so scrutinized is because he has touched a level on artistry. You know what I'm saying? Like, he reached Michael Jackson status when you talk about an artist and their power and their ability. Like, he walked into a school and every person in the school from pre-K to the staff knew every single word to his song.
So say it was only about leaning.
Exactly. He's learned how to navigate life and show exactly. So it's like this: when you're in the basement and you're creating that Frankenstein or that you're creating that monster and you're like, I need it to be perfect. So when it's like everybody has wanted to create an artist, how can I get an artist that transcends with kids, adults, old people, right? Now listen, like Lil Nas X is trash. Don't care what no numbers say. See, and that's listen to where I'm going with this, right? Because see, this is what I'm talking about. The attack right here, right? he has reached a level of artistry that transcends, which is scary. You know what I'm saying? Because so now it's like when Michael Jackson said everybody slick your hair, everybody slick their hair. Everybody put on leather jackets. You know what I'm saying? None of Nas X has that power. And people understand how influential this world is today, right? So it's like, oh my goodness, if Lil Nas X say be gay, is my son gonna be gay? Is my daughter gonna be gay? Is my child gonna want to slide and worship the devil and give the devil lap dances? And we are lost in society so much that we think that these answers are yes. Because we understand, like I said, everyone that has a problem with this understands exactly what I said. We're in a following world. There's no more leaders. And you acknowledge that there's no more leaders. The leaders of tomorrow is not even a statement anymore.
If you think about it, though, the only people who are really mad about it are they identify as Christian. No one else is really mad about it.
What is wow? I don't even talk about that on my show, right? Because you know why? Because
hold on, repeat that. What you say?
I mean,
the only people that are mad are the Christians, the Christian community, or the church community, I should say,
or those who really, see that.
But these are the same people that didn't. These are the same people that did not buy the holy water shit.
I don't know. Yeah, I think so because a lot of people just block it out. Like, like people understand choice. Like people understand you don't have to watch the video if you don't want to. It's just, like, so you're right. I do think it may be the Christians that may be more in an uproar.
Now let me tell you what's funny, Jezebel. For years there's been a statement that says women judge you by your shoes. Right?
That's facts.
If a man walks up and his shoes are bummy, we assume that guy ain't got no gig. You know? If he walks up with fly shoes on, we assume he got a little bit of pocket and a little bit of money in his pocket, right? So now, is it safe to say that if we see a person in Satan shoes, he is a devil worshiper? If we see a person in, I don't know, SpongeBob,
No, because
custom
I want
Jordans,
the shoes.
he's a clown. He's a cartoon guy.
No, we can't say that. And I say that because me personally, I am very spiritual. I believe in God, but I want them damn shoes. They're cute. The fuck?
Yeah, like, cause I was wondering, like, if there is gear that will let the world know that I worship Satan, what is it that I wear to let the world know that I worship God? Do I wear like a smockle or like a?
No, it's a pendant. They wear pendants. They wear I don't is it called I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong
like
thing.
the fish thing?
No, it's a star. It's a star. I just don't know what's the name of the star. But
the Star David?
I don't know for sure. But all I know is that a lot of satanic, what do you call them? Satanic people. They wear the star, and I don't know. I used to have a lot of gothic friends in middle school.
So do we think that in the future people will start wearing clothes to identify their statuses and where they are?
Gothic people, I mean, you would assume are demonic. That's what usually gothic or emo. They wear dark clothing. They wear the black nail polish. They wear that pendant on their neck. They have the chain. I mean, the wrist with the spikes, and you would think that like automatically, like
they ready to cast a spell.
A lot of them are actually like
cool
the hardest Christians ever.
Well, the ones I met be atheists.
Or that too.
Now, the Moors is a powerful word. For a person to use that word, that person has read a lot. Moors are like, they don't even exist anymore. My father says he's a Moor, but you know,
they exist.
My father and DMX will have a good time together.
Moors exist. They're out here.
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. Music industry is full of satanic involvement. Every level of it, from the indie level to the major extreme level to the people that don't even touch the microphone level. We just gotta let it go. What has 2020 and 21 uncovered for us? That this world is full of racist people and devil worshippers obviously are proud.
Now, when you said that just now, I'm sorry, have you guys seen Judas and the Black Messiah?
Man, that movie made me Judas and the Black Messiah. See, we're gonna have to take Latina on a movie day.
Okay.
She has got to sit down and just watch these movies. I'll tell you this. Are you big on how do you watch for like racism movies or movies from those days? How do you take those?
I'll be honest, I usually only watch horror or gore.
Wow.
Like
she only watches murder shit.
That's my girl. We can hang together.
What's the last movie that you seen?
Tale of Two Sisters, which is I think it's like Korean, but it's it's horror, but it's a masterpiece. It's just fucking beautiful.
What's the name of it?
I don't. A Tale of Two Sisters.
A Tale of Two Sisters.
Oh wow. Okay, no, I haven't gotten on that.
It's a Korean movie. She said.
Six. I watched the movie 2 days ago, and like I think I'm suffering from trauma or some shit because like I just cannot believe that they killed him like that. Like every day I'm in the shower, I'm like, damn, they killed him like that? Shit. Like I don't know when this feeling will go away, but
that was literally that movie right there. Like movies like that really strike nerves for me. That one really struck another nerve for me. You know,
when you get a chance, Latina, if you have time, it's a slow movie, very slow. So if you like action, like suspense and shit, you gotta really like smoke a J and like
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Okay.
But okay, back to 2021, uncovering racism and demonic stuff.
Not racism, racist.
Racist.
Because we knew racism existed. But now, no one's afraid. No one's afraid to admit it. Like, I see black people. I've always said black people could not be racist, and I still stand by that. That was we talked about that last week. I still say black people could not be racist, right? But I am seeing white people openly. I'm talking about openly be racist as shit. They don't even give a damn no more.
I don't know. I just didn't think that they would kill him like that. Honestly, like
Man, we pulled up to a spot to get some bison. You know what I'm saying? Now I
bison.
ain't lie to y'all, right? I pulled up to the spot. I lived 20 minutes from the spot, and I was like, damn, how in the hell did they get all the black people to not know about this? Right? Because it just looked straight white, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we pull up and automatically, all eyes on us, right? I mean, like, I thought the truck had tents on it, but no, they smelt black people. You know, I think I witnessed at one point someone asked, "What are these black people doing here?" And I
Where
think,
were you?
man, I was in somewhere deep in Georgia, like Fayette County, not even in, it was like deep in Georgia, right? And I'm sitting there like, what the hell is going on? I literally think that he whispered, "What are these black people doing here?" You know what I'm saying? And I think that the waiter responded, "They about to leave. Just be cool." You know? So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, jeez. So, racism is definitely open and willing.
Yeah.
They shooting them on live. They shoot them. And now, devil worship. It's like, people are openly like, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with that? Now,
I don't think it's ever been covered up though. Like I probably it depends on what circles you frequent, but I mean, I don't know.
you,
I just
you know what this is. This is counter civil rights. Counter,
counter civil
this is
rights,
counter equal rights.
counter civil rights, and counter equal rights.
This,
Explain.
this is playing with our pleas and our cries for equality and for everyone to have a freedom of a voice, right? Black Lives
Mhm.
Matter. Black Lives Matter brought out people's willingness to say all lives matters, blue lives matters, these lives matters, that lives matters. But now with those cries, they've let doors be open to, hey, it's if he wants to say he's a devil worshiper and wants to worship the devil, let him. If he wants to be a racist, that's cool. That's him. This this is a free country. This is free.
Right,
This is free America.
but we still can't choose our race though. That's when it's a free country. When you
We
can
still can't.
honestly say,
We still
"I'm what."
cannot get their hands on the gun when they come to the car. We still can't get equal jobs. I saw a commercial that says about our credit now. Our credit stops us from getting jobs. They still have
Yeah,
knowledge our skin color.
yeah. They have certain jobs like that. I'm like, damn, what you
Now,
need my credit
doing
for?
music, right? Because I tell everyone, as a music, as an artist, you are a business, right? Now, you are already with BMI, which is congratulations, because a lot of artists come in are with no one, and I asked them, why aren't you with anyone? But you are a business now, right? So, with what we know about America today, and not needing anybody, does it really matter if people are who they want to be and free? It can't stop you anymore, right? Because that was the whole catalyst of racism and racists. They had to be in ability and position to stop you from gaining due to their race, right? And your race. So now you black. We can see you're black, but you're a business. Nothing can stop you from making money. We all can read. We all can write. So now, what does it matter when they say, I don't like white people, I don't like black people, I only like my people? You can't stop me from doing anything in today's world that we want to do.
You think so?
I mean, what the things that we were allotted to not know, we know now. And what have we
There's
gained?
still so do you believe that there's a cap or you don't believe that there's a cap?
Of knowledge or of
I'm just
oh,
saying, like for instance, like I mean, I don't personally feel this way, but the community says that we're being oppressed, right? So, in that saying, it's like, okay, no matter how hard you try, this is what I keep hearing. No matter how hard you try, it's never good. You can never get to that
correct,
level of the
correct.
other parts.
And
So, do
see,
you believe that there's a cap?
and see, that's where I'm at. And that's where I differ. I differ from that opinion point because at this point, if you can acknowledge that you're oppressed, it's almost like when you're in AA. The first thing you have to do is acknowledge you have an
Yes,
addiction. You feel me? But then, what do you do after that? Every fucking thing you have to do to make sure you don't go back to that addiction.
correct.
And so it's like you keep saying you can constantly say we're oppressed. Like me, nothing is really oppressing me but myself. Like I have to do what I need to do what I want to.
Right.
I want to do music full time. Okay, I gotta make sure I'm doing necessary things to make sure my income is flowing in to put my music out. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much it. I'm not really depending on anybody to really.
Yeah.
Well, see, we're free beings. It looks like all of us are kind of like free beings. We're starting our own businesses. But what about those who want to climb in a specific company? They want to become the COO or the CEO of said company. It's like you can have the same education, you can work just as hard, but they feel like just because of my skin tone, you may not choose me to run your company. And I
And
think
that's
that's
the thing. Like, and see, but and kind of that is, and see, I like how you playing devil's advocate right now, right? Because that is the thing. That is still the choice of oppression. You know what I'm saying? Because if you realize that you have COO capability and you have not stepped out to be your own COO, the only thing you're acknowledging is capital, right? And a lot of people, a lot of people can attest to these things now. We are no longer saying I can't do this because I'm black. It's I can't do this because I don't have the money. You know, it's always about the capital. So we what sacrifices did that company make? You know what I'm saying? Like if there's a blueprint out there, we have to follow it. So as black people, we can no longer say we can't be rich as fuck. We can no longer say we can't be billionaires. We can't be owners. We can't be the president, right? Because if one black person does it, it makes it the statement that we can't false.
well, when I talk that talk, I get called bougie and people don't want to be around me.
Well, the thing
So,
about it is, that's
so
but like
when I'm like, you can do it, they're like, no, they're stopping us. I'm like, no, you can do it.
yeah,
Bitch,
I
you're
want
bougie.
hey,
So,
I want every person out there that heard that same reply, you're bougie, or you think you're better, or you're better than me, or whatever. I want y'all to start accepting your power and addressing the real elephant in the room, right? You are better than them. Until you start living your life up to your full potential, you're not living your full potential. And if I'm getting up every day, if you're getting up every day, whoever you are, getting up every day and chasing your full potential, that makes you better. Listen, if there's an athlete, because I say if anybody that wants to try to correlate anything in life, look at sports. Everything that we want to in life is in sports, right? If an
mhm.
athlete works hard, he starts. If an athlete works harder than that athlete who's working hard to start, he's a superstar. And if an athlete works harder than that athlete who's a superstar, he's elite. Now then you have an artist who, I mean, a athlete who is just there. He sits on the bench. Now you all gonna play ball. You all in the same field, but your levels and your status is not the same. Just because you're in the NFL, don't mean you better than the next guy. There's someone on the league better than you. And sorry, if we're in a circle or in a group, just because we're in the same group, one of us are better. Some of us are better than the rest of us. But that's not the point of. That's not why we put this group together. You know what I'm saying? This group isn't together because of I'm better than you at this and you're worse than me at this. Because I'm expecting if you're better, if me and a group of artists get together, now I may be better as an artist, but this artist may be better as a promoter. You know, and now I'm not gonna sit up here and say, "Well, you're the better artist. You're the better artist." This artist may be able to get 100,000 people, but can't make a song like the do whatever, right? This artist may be able to get 20,000 people, but they able to make a song. But at the end of the day, neither one of them have it together, right?
Yeah.
When you're talking about better, we're talking about what makes me think I'm better. Am I better because I want to run a business? Well, yeah, it's better to run a business than to work for someone. We already know that, you know. Exactly, unity is what makes us all together. But like, if these people got to stop trying to make our these things that used to be bad stigmas. That's what 20. That's what it is. Stigmas. All stigmas in 2021 are off the table.
All the taboos.
All the taboos.
Are coming into light.
All of it. You know?
Yeah.
It's like all the you can't nevers and if you do this. Things like, I mean, now I don't think people are scared of like, back in my day, I used to be scared when like somebody like, you going to hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be like, no, I don't want to go to hell. You know? I don't want to go to hell, right? But now you tell someone that's 25 you're going to hell. They're like, where's hell?
Or shit, that's where all the turn up at.
Man, like shit. I'm like, man, I'm just trying to say. So look, speaking of the music industry, right, and the internet, OnlyFans, OnlyFans this week. Bad Bobby, the Cash Me Outside girl, turned 18 and joined OnlyFans and made $1 million in 6 hours.
And what?
Made $1 million in 6 hours. The internet's in the uproar, saying that she's too young and people are perverse for waiting until she turned 18 to be on the site. And there were also some people that said that she was too young and that she shouldn't be able to join the site to make that type of money that fast.
I don't think it's anything wrong with her age, but I do feel like it's kind of weird and creepy if like a 42-year-old man is like, all right, yo, she finna hit 18 in like 2 minutes. I'm ready. Like, that's just weird.
That's creepy.
How long you been looking at her? Like, and since she came out, she was 13 when we found out about her. So
now I'm not going to. Let's just.
I'm weird.
Devil's advocate. Devil's advocate. Bad Bobby already had millions of followers.
Yeah.
Now, let's just play. Let's play along here. She turned 18 with her followers. They all turned 18 together. They all got a couple of dollars and they all joined her OnlyFans. Why do we have to assume that old guys want to look
Well,
at?
I'm saying I believe that's a thing.
What is she doing on OnlyFans though? Like OnlyFans is really
I don't know, the OnlyFans thing. I've actually never got a chance to see an OnlyFans page.
I know some people who do it. Like one girl, she just does like body painting, but like the people might be short and stuff like
naked?
that.
She's body painting naked?
Yeah, and stuff like that. But
see, like,
it's
I'm afraid
it's
that I
to
would
sell
join.
sex. Basically, you're selling.
I'm afraid
sex
that I would join it and
form.
I would join the wrong person's page and I'd be stuck with a subscription to someone who's in a bikini all day.
Some people cook on there.
Cook on
So
OnlyFans?
yeah, so you subscribe to learn their recipes or watch them make certain
Wait,
dishes.
are they cooking naked?
No, they just cook regular. Like that's what it was for. It was for like people to have for their followers to have certain access to certain things that they're due. But then the sex industry took over. So
Wow. So like honestly, so when OnlyFans first came out, it was you were totally right. It was not for um the sex game. It was
mhm.
literally like to see only for a place for only your fans to see you perform live. They pay your monthly subscription for only your fans to see you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? They pay you. And then someone had a bright idea, you know, uh, to do this. Now, I'm not gonna say that I have an OnlyFans page, but when they first created it, I did create an OnlyFans page, an account, right? Now, once I realized what it was, I mean, it's attached to everybody's Twitter, right? So I've actually never ever seen the new OnlyFans page aside of like making my own account and shit like that. But it's interesting how the internet has made it to where these artists, yet again, another artist, was able to fund her own career through OnlyFans. And now the y'all already know I say this. Artists are not just popping up out of nowhere. They're being
Mhm.
created. They're being
Right.
they're being made right now. And they're being made with boredom, knowledge, and YouTube. And
Mhm.
there's also some creepy hustler who understands the game and giving
Mhm.
them a little bit of battery, right?
Yep.
Yeah, virtual pimping. Virtual pimping, right?
Yep.
So now all these women are popping up and their budgets, they're gonna that word again, guys. I know all y'all artists out there hate that word budget, but that's why all these female artists are popping up better than y'all right now because they're avenues to make money and not be sitting up there like y'all. A lot of y'all are going and hiding behind Walmart. I walked up into the Family Dollar and I seen one of the artists working at the register at Family Dollar, right? And I was like, dog, what are you doing here? You know? And I don't think that there's nothing wrong with artists working. But what I do understand, what I want y'all artists to understand is you are a business. And every minute that you are not working on your business, you are making yourself a major setback. And you send yourself back a lot, right? And you're making somebody else rich while you make pennies. But that these are the same artists that say, I won't take a record deal because the labels are going to get rich while I make pennies. Well, what do you think working at Dollar Tree is doing, right? But I'm just saying, don't get me,
I digress.
don't shoot me. I'm just talking, right? But what I'm saying is we gotta start changing the game up, right? Because that's how women artists are winning. That budget, money ain't a thing to them. Bad Bobby right now made $1 million in 6 hours.
Yeah.
She could take half of that. Her next project, she gone off the road, off the map. She
Yep.
just put herself in the same position. How much was Baby bragging about his label gave him? A milli. And she made $1 million in 6 hours. Well. Is Bad Bobby gonna be the next the baby? We will
Not
see.
musically.
Well, like I said, uh, artists are not um, being born anymore. They are being created by their finance department. And that budget. How much did she get? How much her label OnlyFans give her? A milli.
Damn. 6 hours.
So look though, did y'all see that man, Kevin Durant and Michael Rappaport? Did you see that? Did you see that mess, Jezebel?
No. What
Man,
happened?
first of all, let me tell y'all something. Black community, we quick to dog our own people and accept and start embracing other people, right? I mean, we let the dude. I see memes talk about Gary Owens is invited to the cookout. You know,
Yeah.
uh, there was
Of
memes a
course.
couple of years ago saying Michael Rappaport is our homeboy, keeping it real. Like,
I thought he was.
No, he's not. They're not. They're not
I
out.
love Gary.
Man, I don't care. I don't care. Listen,
He married to a
just
sister.
because he married, don't say he married a black woman. Don't say he married a black woman. Because let me tell you something. Um, Old Uncle Tom was sure enough ready to go and marry Kizzy if he had a chance. He was sure enough. So it don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. They know what they're doing. That's a fitting thing. And I don't like how Michael Rappaport pulled his white card on that brother. So,
What happened?
Michael Rappaport was talking about Kevin Durant in a post conference. Now, I don't understand how Michael Rappaport even has the ability to keep on speaking on sports shows when he's an actor and a B list or D list actor at that, right? Not even a main actor, not even one of the guys that you go to the movie to see. When was the last time you seen a movie starring Michael Rappaport? Really? Come on. He is a freaking role character, and they're putting him on ESPN to speak about NBA players and NFL players, and he likes to use that moment to throw slick jabs at these players, and they're rather racist, always racist, right? They're always racist. Like he'll say something like, "Oh, he was out there dropping the ball like he had chicken on his fingers and shit like that," right? Some type of shit he say, and they think it's funny because he's a comedian, right? But they don't hear the racism in this shit, right?
Undertones. Mm-hmm.
So my guy, Kevin Durant, who has actually been coming along in the social media game lately, I've been liking how he has been going straight forward, right? How do you attack trolls? Have you ever had a troll, someone that just like trolls you to just go at you online?
No.
Not like that is how would you address one of those people? Would you go old sniper on them? That's what KD calls itself, sniper. Would you go all sniper on them?
See, I'm a Virgo, so naturally I would just ignore you. But I can't guarantee what's gonna happen when you actually hit that actual button. Yes. Which will take a while. It'll take a while to get there. Yeah. But once I get there, it's not pretty. I'll just shut it down.
It's also about status. It's also about status. I know. I won't even ask Jezebel because I kind of already know we're Tauruses. They're gonna get the bulls. Mess with the horns, you're gonna get right. So that's just how it is with the bulls, right? But honestly, KD handled this joint right. Now, he may have used some language that we can't use here on Boss Biz Radio. But
what kind of language?
So he called them all types of things. He called them a cum guzzling dick sucker. He told him that when he seen him in public, he was going to spit on him and smack the shit out of him. He also pretty much went into elaborate details about how much of a bitch he believed that Michael Rappaport really is. Now, me personally, I call that old locker room talk. You know, that's how we talk. That's how us men talk. You know.
Oh wow.
I don't know how I would feel if a man said that to me, but I'm a black man.
Well, what did Michael Rappaport do to deserve such said insults?
You know, honestly, right, man to man, right? As not us man to man, but man
I was
to
to say, I mean,
when you speak on another man, you open up the floor for that man to speak to you however he wants to speak to you. Okay. Right? So, especially when you're not in that capacity. Now, of course, no one's going to go on no success here because this is a radio show, guys. Both Biz and I, this is what we do. But let someone get on here and talk some shit about some artists like that. That artist might get online the next morning and go crazy about that shit, right? You're like, who was here to talk about that? Now, I've had artists actually get on my Facebook and try to combat me about things that I say on this show or online, right? And I like to tell everyone that combats me, find me evidence to rebuttal my statement, right? Because I only speak facts. I talk a lot of shit, but I read a lot of shit too.
Yeah.
That's cool. I read a lot of shit too, so I talk a lot of shit or what I read, right? So now
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this game like, man, shit. What is really what is really like to be expected when you saying anything about a person. Now I look at this whole Michael Rappaport situation. Like I said, he has no ability and no stance to be making any type of comments about first no basket. He can't talk about your basketball play. He never played basketball. He can't talk about what it takes to be a champion. He doesn't know. He can't even talk. He can't even tell an artist what it takes to get a leading role because he didn't have one. So it's really kind of like condescending, and it's kind of like crazy when he's talking, right? So now KD says that KD feels like they've met before, so he can talk like that in his DMs. It was private. KD apologized, and he said he only apologized for the world knowing that he talks like that, but not him talking like that.
I like that.
And it cost KD $50K. He had to pay the NBA $50K to speak his mind.
That's fine.
And I said KD should I think that KD should continue speaking his mind. I think that the Nets should cover that bill, and I think the NBA should stay out of people's Twitter. What do you think? Hey, did you play any sports? Have you ever played any sports?
Yeah.
What sports you play?
Basketball, soccer, track, and I was a competitive cheerleader.
Wow. So
Basketball, soccer, and track. I like this better.
I peep how you said competitive cheerleader to try to make it a sport.
No, it was not cool.
I tell my little sister all the time, she's a cheerleader. It's not a sport. Y'all can't have that. Okay. Yeah. My little sister hates me for this. And Tan, I know you watching. Y'all still cannot have that. Cheerleading is not a sport.
Yes, it is.
Some of those.
No, that's fine. It's not for straight men.
It's very competitive.
Now listen, it's competitive.
It gets you a scholarship.
But
a full scholarship.
Yeah, but you can't go pro doing it. Like, you can't just be like, there's no like pro.
You go nationals.
Yeah, after nationals, then what? That's like women's softball.
Then
it's not a sport. It's an activity. It's a team. It's a fun activity. Cheerleading is actually an activity that was put together to root on a sport, to cheer on a sport.
All right, okay. Don't keep shitting on cheerleading.
Now I love all my cheerleaders, and if it wasn't for the cheerleaders that rooted for me when I played ball, I would have never scored those 10 touchdowns that season. We would have never went to the state championship. If it wasn't for all those cheerleaders that rooted us on my 11th grade year, we'd have never won the state championship and broke the record for the last score.
I thought you were sincere at first. I ain't fucking with you.
No, not really. Shout out to all the cheerleaders out there. But now basketball, what position did you play?
Forward.
What school did you go to?
So high school, I went to Douglas first. But then when I moved, I ended up going to Bowie.
Man, Douglas used to beat the shit out of us. Exactly. The NFL has cheerleaders as a eye candy for commercial breaks. When the guys get in the end zone and score, they want them to feel good about something. Those are called things that encouragement. Things that encourage you. You know what I'm saying? That's
I love cheerleading, by the way.
Yeah. No. Have you ever been a cheerleader, Jezebel?
I was a cheerleader. And I actually wanted to be a Redskins cheerleader.
Really?
Yeah. But
did you try out?
No, when I got to college, I chose weed and parties over cheering. And I just said, fuck it. I'll try again next year. And 10 years later, yeah.
Yeah, listen. Like, I've actually had a chance to meet a few Redskin cheerleaders. Like I said, my little sister's a cheerleader, and she coaches cheerleading now. And I respect cheerleading. I just know I know. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying on it. You know what I'm saying. It's not etched in stone. But if people had to ask me, it's not a sport. We don't do any skin talk here. Here on Boss Biz Radio, We like to focus on the optics. And
Oh,
the
what you say, Six?
are
Sorry.
winners. Now let's talk about winning teams. Let's talk about
I'm
winning.
sorry, Six. Hold on, wait. What you
And
say
it's
again?
the football team. It's the Washington football team. It's WTF.
All right, okay. You got that.
So, all right now, like, do you still play sports and whatnot?
No.
You know, you like just like chill out.
Yeah.
All right, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing in your spare time when you're not doing music and working on the music?
Trying to go somewhere. Always. I hate sitting still.
You're traveling.
Yeah, I am a
Okay.
traveler, a wanderer.
What's one of the best places or furthest places you travel?
Furthest, well, my favorite place to go actually is like Venice Beach, Santa Monica, Malibu. I like
Venice Beach.
Yeah, like I like kind of
Okay.
getting lost in Venice Beach. Like you can always find like a random cobblestone.
Is that the one with the
And
skateboard park? They got like, is that the one with all the skateboarding stuff? That's in California, right?
yeah, like along the beach, like close to Muscle Beach and stuff like that. Yeah,
What's it called? Muscle Beach?
yeah.
That's where they all be working out and shit. Bruh, like I have never been to California. I keep saying that.
It's
Right?
a vibe. The vibe is so.
I wanna
You
go
might
to
not
Venice-
come back.
I want to
No,
go to
don't
Venice
tell them
Beach
to
and
go.
play basketball poorly. I'm very horrible with basketball, guys. I can play great defense, but don't ask me to shoot the ball, right? But let me tell y'all one thing. I want to go to Venice Beach, and I want to wear those shorts that Wesley Snipes wore in White Man Can't Jump, and I want to play a basketball game on Venice Beach. That's on my bucket list. So
Not the shorts. Not
yes,
the
I want to wear the shorts, the fanny pack, and the flip hat like Sydney had on in White Man Can't Jump on Venice Beach, and I want to get a good game in. That's a dream of mine. Do you have any weird dreams or like what like I said one of the weirdest things that I want to do is when I get money, I want to buy a Labrador and paint him red and name him Clifford.
Not bad.
That's a good idea, right?
Not bad.
What is something that is a weird extreme gift to yourself? What would you do?
Yeah, money, like in abundance. I would actually like pay a town, like not like a like what probably out in like Brooklyn or something.
Yeah.
Pay like a whole borough to like recreate it to like the time of like good times, like the 60s and 70s,
Ah,
and just live that shit for like a year. Just
wow.
Wow.
37th, you a giant turkey.
She
You
want
cross over here, and yeah, you know.
she want WandaVision the whole town. Did you see WandaVision?
I have not watched it yet.
Oh.
I've been meaning to watch it.
She want a WandaVision a whole town, y'all. Now that would actually be dope.
No, not
Yeah.
Brooklyn, New York. Period.
Wow.
Like the 60s,
Nice little
70s,
Renaissance
and
era.
yeah. Good
Y'all would
time.
dress like that and everything.
Good time. JJ, Thelma, you know, all
Oh,
that.
okay. Now,
Artistic.
musically, I think the 70s was the best era. What do you think the best era was?
Musically?
Yes.
There's no one answer to that. That's not a flat answer. There are dimensions to that, you
Yes.
know.
Did you guys catch Versus last night?
No.
Okay, so no one hip and fresh and cool caught Versus.
I was here like
I didn't even know it was
I
airing.
was working.
So I saw a fake Ron Isley, or it may have been him, but I don't know. He looked like a fake Ron Isley. So when you get a chance, go back and look at Versus.
I just saw a guy that, I mean, please don't take this as colorism. But I just was like, is that supposed to be Ron?
Yo, let me tell you what's
And I'm
hilarious.
gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna go watch it.
I fell asleep. I left here. I caught the last few minutes of it. I left the studio. I caught the last few minutes of it, and I was like, yuck. Right? That's not Ron Isley. That guy's not even singing, and he has a white beard. And then everybody was like, hey, man, come on, he's old now. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't know what's going on.
But how did he get? I heard when you get older, you tend to get darker. But I mean, is it me or do I not remember him being like looking
I don't
different?
know. Maybe he was always dark. I don't know. It's
Not saying that he's dark. He just did not seem
Ronald Isley.
He looked okay. So Ronald Isley seemed a bit hazelnut, or,
Yeah.
or like coffee with cream, you know. And
Mhm.
when I seen it, I was just like, "Is that him?" Only because I was like, "It don't." You know, it just I thought it was one of his brothers. Not saying that he looks bad. He looks good. And then the lip singing was like
Yeah, the lip singing. I heard him jumping in the
I
cup
didn't
of
even
pop.
see it. I saw a clip. But I love the Isley brothers, so I'm excited to actually go back and watch it. I'm mad that they cut it off at R. Kelly's part. Free Robert.
No, no, we don't do that.
I mean, that's what
Look,
they said in the IG. In the versus tags, they were saying
I'm
free
glad they cut
Robert.
off R. Kelly part. R.
I'm
Kelly
just
should
saying
not
what
get.
they said.
R. Kelly shouldn't get any checks while he's in the pen for what he did.
I beg to differ.
And you know what? Seeing as how he wasn't using that
Cancel me
money,
if you want
he wasn't
to.
using that money to do nothing but front his dungeon, allegedly. But after that Lifetime movie, I'm good on it. I'm good on hearing some R. Kelly. I'm good on hearing some Kales. You know what I'm talking about? I'm good on that.
You say after the movie, you're good on, like you want to hear it.
After I saw the Lifetime Surviving R. Kelly movie, I'm good on hearing any R. Kelly music. He's banned from my ears. I actually
That's
heard
sad.
him.
That's sad, Six, because just imagine if you said something or you tripped up and scraped your knee and now the world is saying we're no longer listening to your music. Like what you did should not negate from your craft. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I feel about it. Yes, he should be in jail for his crime. But I don't think they should cancel his music. Like that's his talent. Like you can't take that from him. You shouldn't take that from him.
Honestly, like for real, at Old Book, y'all gonna hate me, and I don't really care, right? But R. Kelly is not ours. He's our parents.
He's mine.
He's a problem that our parents created. We got Chris Brown. He's our king of R&B. Now we got Chris Brown. He's our king of R&B. I don't listen to Robert, and my mama listens to Robert. My mama and her man, they listen to Robert. And I used to have to hear that.
Since you older than me, I cannot believe that.
Yeah, like look, let me tell you when I heard Robert, right? Let me tell you when I heard Robert. The first time that I was introduced to Robert Kelly as an adult was Space Jam. I Believe I Can Fly. I'm not gonna lie, I love that.
Are you serious?
That was the first time I was introduced to
You wasn't hearing Bump It Grind and all that? I was I had the 12 play.
When I used to hear those songs like that, those Bump It Grind songs or that Body Calling Me songs, those are the songs that I would hear coming from my mama room, and I would be like, yuck, what's happening in here? No. So R. Kelly is my mama's in them, is my mom and them folk. Yeah, Trapped in the Closet. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the new stuff, right? But that's not a classic, bro. When was the last person you heard play Trapped in the Closet? Who put that shit on the radio, bro? Nah, like, come on. When was the last time Trapped in the Closet you was riding?
That was years ago. But you still... That was years ago, but
all I'm saying is, out of all of R. Kelly's songs, even before this damn scandal, Happy People was his best song that you would hear all the time. All them other joints are situational songs, the moment songs. So if you're not in the moment, there's no need for R. Kelly.
Well, they still play them at weddings. Who else you gonna play at your wedding?
Of course, you gonna play "Step in the Name of Love."
Oh my God, I think our school is gonna sing "I Believe I Can Fly" at least.
Not anymore. They ain't singing that shit no more. They ain't believing they can fly. There's a new song they sing. There's a new song they sing now.
Nah, we did sing that at graduation in 6th grade though.
Hey, listen. I was waiting for it at my kids' graduation ceremony. It never came. They never sang it. They never sang it. The song is banned, man. R. Kelly is banned. What he did to those children, I'll never forget it. Never.
Well, they need to lock the parents up too.
Man, listen. All right, let's address this real quick. Someone walks to you, a celebrity, a star, walks to you, offering you to let your kids' dreams come true. And we're going to talk about anything because this is how parents get caught up. in anything, if your child says he wants to be a basketball star, if LeBron comes up to you and say, I want to teach your kid, give him to me for the week, you're going to hand your damn kid over to LeBron. You know what I'm saying? And your kid going to be happy to go with LeBron. Now, you would hope LeBron don't touch your kid. So when I talking to you and your daughter, you like,
so that's neglect.
He put on a lid. They didn't do that research though. They ain't see he married a lid before he put her on. You know what I'm saying? But whatever the case may be, they said, Robert, you want to help my child?
That's child neglect, to be technical.
So is sending your kid to boarding school child neglect?
In some sorts of in some way. Your child might feel that way.
Yo, so we got I got an interesting topic for next week, right? But what I am going to do is I gotta go into this because this is interesting. Remember the song Quarter Mil, Half a Mil, Rockin' Mills, Hey, Okay, by a rapper named OJ.
OJ the Juice Man. Yes, I love OJ the Juice Man, and he still gets played till today.
Well, OJ the Juice Man thanks you for playing his music. However, he needs you to stop it because you're just paying Deb. You're sending Deb all that bad money.
I like Deb.
So OJ the Juice Man decided to get on the radio this week.
Hold on, Six. Wait, I have to stop you right there. He didn't decide to do anything. He was interviewed. Now, carry on.
Okay. No. He was interviewed. He was asked. And he decided to say, they stole my money. Now, what have we been talking about here on Boss Biz Radio for the last year and a half, 2 years?
Artists taking responsibility and being proactive about getting paid for their music, publishing.
OJ the Juice Man. Do anybody remember the last OJ the Juice Man performance?
Yeah. He actually performed in, was it Texas or Tennessee last year sometime, because I was trying to go.
And do you believe that he wasn't paid for that show?
No, I don't believe that he was not paid. I believe that the promoters paid him for the show.
Where was OJ the Juice Man all this time? Wasn't he? He was off the scene.
No, he's always been. This is where people get it twisted. He's always been underground. Okay, so unless you follow him, you're not gonna know what he's putting out. He's never really been mainstream. That one song I think that he got with Gucci, made it mainstream, or that Gucci featured on. But he's always been underground. So he constantly drops projects. You just have to look for it.
So he said that he only made a certain amount of money off this project, and he felt as though he was owed more money. He used the words that scare me when I hear artists say, they stole my money. I always like to ask artists, why was that your money? Now, artists, yes, we make the records. We spend a lot of time in the studio. Some of us are not paying for studio time. I don't know why we're not paying for our own studio time, but some of us don't. So now, you don't own that record. A lot of people ask, what are masters? And how are masters obtained? Someone told me that I was telling you guys too much information on this show. They said that one day they're going to take my mouth shut so that I can't tell you guys anything. So I'm going to be talking like...
I'll be like, Six, write it down.
But I'm going to tell y'all this, man. Masters are obtained by he who pays for the session. Nothing else. He who pays for the session. Well, then now, We're gonna talk about mm, royalties and rights to this music. Well, I keep telling y'all, if you ain't a publisher, if you ain't your own publisher, you, my friend, don't really have the right to sell anything. Nothing. Nothing. Your PRO companies act as your publishers and help you make money and do things. But without a publisher, you can't sell anything. If you tried to sell your music to a TV show without a publishing company, that TV show is going to register to their publishing company. And then you're going to be saying that they're stealing your money. If you sell it to an artist and you don't have a publishing company, and that artist goes and they register under their publishing company, you're going to be now saying that artist stole money from you. Even if you have a publishing company, let's just go with let's just say you do, and you have all your shit together. If you don't have avenues to sell your music, you're not going to make any money.
Period.
And there's called a thing called pub admin. And these pub admins help you sell your music as a publisher so that you can make money. And there's a charge of 20% for that. So now, if you have a manager and that manager is acting as your publishing company, and that manager is acting as your pub admin, and that manager is acting as your producer, so now that person, you may be getting 20% of that record, but that person is now getting 20% of that record on that producer side. They're getting 20% of that record on the publishing side. They're getting 20% of that record on the pub admin side, and you're making your 25% on your writer side. Why are we talking about who owes money?
Now,
It's
this
about access, it's about movement, and it's about who has the most accountability to make the record make money. They always make the most money. I simply said earlier, if we work at McDonald's, Walmart, we ain't about to make as much as Walmart. We ain't about to make as much as McDonald's. I ain't about to make as much as Jeff Bezos if I go to work at Amazon. I understand that they're gonna pay me what they feel like is the worth. Unfortunately, as an artist, your worth goes up as you work. Yes, you're gonna make more money, but so is the company. Because, like I said, whereas you're getting 25%, we can attest they're getting 80. So you're getting 20, they're getting 80. How does that work? Well, you don't have the money to make these records move. A lot of you guys don't want a budget, don't understand budget, and budgets are simply how much you can afford to make your record move. And for all of you artists out there that continue thinking that you don't have to pay to make a record move, well, what do you think a record label is? What do you think a record company is? It's a business. It's how things move. What do you think your job does? They make things move. They bring in resources. Why they can't pay you $1 million when they make $1 billion? Because they have to pay for supplies. They have to pay for marketing. They have to pay for promotion. They have to pay for all types of little programs, training, whatever the case may be that goes in to make your job and make you do your job easier. So, OJ the Juice Man getting on there complaining earlier this week had me very interested. And I was happy when Waka Flocka responded with the best line that seems to be the man response. I'm going to slap the shit out of you when I see you, boy.
who said that?
That's what Waka Flocka said. He'll be slapping the shit out of OJ the Juice Man. When he see
No. I think OJ responded to that and let Walker know he's a bitch boy and he will get dealt with. Now let's go back into this
That's what he
whole.
responded.
someone stole money from me, because we're hearing a lot of this lately where people are saying, especially with Deb, a lot of people have been saying Deb has stolen from them. Now I think it's just misinformation, and like how you are giving a game and giving knowledge to people, sometimes managers don't fully explain what it is.
Of
They
course not.
keep, and it is up to the individual to do their research. I understand that. So I can see where someone could be like, damn, you stole from me, but really you just didn't tell me how things were going, and I was misinformed as to how the breakdown was supposed to go. I don't think he was complaining. I think he was invited to the podcast for an interview, and he was asked questions and he answered them. It's been a long time. OJ has not really said too much about Deb. So the narrative of him going and crying on a podcast that Waka is trying to put out there, or that society is trying to portray. He was invited to a podcast. He was asked a question. He answered it. He could have said this years ago. He could have been saying this. He could have been put this out in the blogs like a
Yeah.
while back. She says that Gucci doesn't fuck with him, but he's the only person that Gucci still fucks with. Real live. If you look at they have recent pictures and recent dealings. Gucci don't fuck with her, and Gucci don't fuck with Walker. So it kind of makes me wonder, Deb, why are people saying that you are stealing their money? Like, how many more people are going to come out and say that?
Okay, so like let's all right. First, let me address the first question, right? Why managers are not or do not disclose what I disclose on this show? For
Right.
one, it complicates things, right? Because if I manage if I manage you and I told you these things, your first thing would be, well, hell, why do I need you? Right? Now, let's just be real. But I'm a manager and I see talent, but I also see dollar signs, right? And I see this artist is going to make me money, and I see I can make this artist money. So my idea is to change her life, right? So when I sign you, if you are making zero, or let's say you're making 100,000 a year, right, off your music, I take you to making 1 million. I changed your life. The fact that I made 10 million should mean nothing, right?
Mhm.
Now, the problem is it means something to artists when they feel like they've reached a status, and artists say it like that because a lot of them, when they reach the status and they go out on their own, they realize that connections is what they still don't have, right?
Mhm.
And they also realize that even if they gain a connection, that connection is going to say, well, what can I do with that? Can I get that record? Can
Yeah.
we use that record that you're famous for? And that's when most artists find out that that record is making them hella money now, right? And that's usually when they're done making money, right? Because they're no longer working a record because of a personal feeling or something. Like, you don't fuck with me now. I was your manager. Now you don't want to perform no record that you ever did with me. You're proving to me that you're better without me, right? And now you know everything I just taught you, but now you're still not making the money. Why? Because it's something that artists don't have that managers have, connections. You don't pay them 80%. You don't pay them their percentages um, to make you famous. I mean, to be your manager. You pay them the connections to make you famous. The fees are to make you famous. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how it works. So when you stop, when artists cut those avenues off, they fall off, right? So now, that's what makes it weird. So now when people attack Deb is oh, Deb's artist. Every single artist that she has grabbed has been out the gutter, right? Has been out the gutter. They literally had nothing, right? So how do they feel like now they learn because all all of them from Gucci, Waka, you know what I'm saying? They get put in position to be their own leaders, to be their own bosses. And when they get in those positions, they learn things. You know?
Okay. I'm just saying. What's up, Deb? Like, what's going on? Why everybody feel like you stealing from them? Like,
it's a scary slippery slope, you know what I'm saying? Because artists will hit a brick wall their whole career and meet a manager that will take them to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And still not acknowledge the team behind them. They'll still be like, me, me, me. A lot of artists will fire that manager and move to the next one. You know? A lot of artists have like teams, writers, shit like that. When they get on, they fire them. Why they fire them? And it's never because of creativity. You know what I'm saying? It's never because of originality. It's always because of money and greed. Right? Why am I going to give him now 20%? I'm the star. They want me now, right? So I don't need to give him 20%. I can get 40 now. So let me go and make this record. I don't need you to write my shit no more. And then all their fans like, man, they changed. Their music not the same. Like I want that old style back. I want that style that really made me love them back. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're never gonna get that back because that staff is fired. You know what I'm saying? Those connections are like, you know how you can get too big for your britches, and you don't want to burn the bridges, but you burn them because you just grew. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it works with that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works with that shit. Like if an artist, every single artist that reaches a different level is going to lose something on the next level. You know what I'm saying? And that's on both levels, up or down. You know what I'm saying? Like to go up, you got to give up something. To go down, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when when you go, when you got to leave people behind, and you got to leave certain situations behind. You know what I'm saying? So every situation, you know what I'm saying? Like it's always a give, and it's always a trade off. It's the balance of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, have we had any artists that broke through that though? Not really. I mean, they thrive in business or they thrive in music. You know? I mean, it's not gonna really get the ability back to do. So now with this game and with this era, a lot of people are asking, you know what I'm saying, BMI, ASCAP, BMI, ASCAP. Now at this time of the show, I like to do my Sixxcess Express question of the day, right? Now, this question was asked to me, ASCAP or BMI. I thought this was a good question because you asked me the same thing. Now, I'm gonna tell everybody like this. It's all about affiliations, right? Now, affiliations and who you affiliated with is a big deal. If all your producers are working with ASCAP and all your team is on ASCAP, you be with ASCAP. All your team is with BMI, you be with BMI. Now, if you ain't got no team and you roguing it, it's about finances. If you can afford to be 250 up, and do you pay for the BMI? If you want to pay $100, you join the ASCAP, right? Now the thing about it is, what do you get, sis? What do they both offer me? Well, they both want to pay you for your royalties. They both want to pay you for your PROs, you know, so your performance rights. They both gonna, you know, make sure and check and make sure your streams and stuff you get paid for that. They all gonna make sure that. They all gonna make sure you get paid, you know, like that, right? But one thing that I've learned, BMI is computers. A lot of tech, right? I know some people that called BMI 2 months ago, still haven't got a return call. You know, the process with BMI is like really weird. I have one of my artists that I manage. He's with BMI, and I sat on the phone for approximately a good hour before I actually got through to a BMI rep. And that BMI rep was only allowed to take a message for an actual BMI rep to give me a call, right? Now, I thought that was rather peculiar because I had to wait another 48 to 72 hours before that actual BMI rep actually called me for me to address something that seemingly should have taken 5 minutes, right? So I talk about reliability, accessibility. I can call ASCAP right now, probably while we're on the phone, and someone will answer the phone, and we can start a dialogue and get business taken care of. I can actually, a lot of people don't know, but ASCAP is ran by the people that work at ASCAP. So that's a big deal for me. The people that actually helping you are the people that actually run it, and they're actually living off of it themselves. So when you ask them advice, they're not just telling you what to do; they're telling you what they do. Right? I spent the hour on the phone with ASCAP, and I went from making literally $1.11 a quarter to about 2,500 a quarter. Right? So then I look at it like, this is interesting. A good hour on the phone with ASCAP took me from making roughly 10,000 a year extra to a good hour on BMI that took me to still waiting another 72 hours and still waiting today. So I let you all know when I ask when everybody asks me who am I with, why am I with ASCAP, I like to be with people that are actually in the fields. It's simple. I mean, would you want to go play basketball with someone who doesn't play basketball, who just know that you can get rich off of it? That's kind of weird. I want to go with someone that knows how to shoot, knows how to pass, that's done it before. We got a better chance of winning the game. Now, anyone with BMI, I understand why a lot of artists join BMI. The free really is enticing. It's really tempting. But I tell you, the $50 that it takes to be a writer with ASCAP, as opposed to the free it takes to be a writer with BMI, well, you're gonna make your money back regardless, right? Now, is BMI a little tedious? Yeah. Some people say that they make more money with BMI than they made with ASCAP. Now, let me address that. You probably did make more money with BMI than I did with ASCAP. But I will have to let you know that you waited an extra 6 months because I was paid 6 months ago. So BMI has a year wait, ASCAP has a 6 month wait. So your check may be a little bigger, but you waited a year to get it. I've been paid twice already, and it's all right. It's okay. So it's technically the same. So now you're with BMI, but you're planning on going with ASCAP, and that is really good. That is a good deal right there. And when you do get with ASCAP, I'll make sure like give you a rundown on how to run ASCAP and how to use ASCAP properly. A lot of artists are not using their PROs properly. A lot of artists are not getting their publishings and their public administration companies not using them properly. And really soon here in the next like couple of weeks, I am planning to launch a consulting firm. So with that consulting firm, I'm gonna be like helping a lot of artists go from making zero to making
Excuse
a
me.
lot more. You know, turn you guys into thousandaires, millionaires, and one day billionaires. I'm on the right path. You all can get on the right path. Now, I'm not going to sit up there and say I know everything, but I am going to say I know a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, now, this is the fun part of the show, Isabel, where we talk about our. Oh
Have a
my
sip
God.
of Coke.
Now, this is the Huffington Post section of our show, right? The Huffington Post is where I let you guys know which strands, where not to go, what's bad, what's really trash, right? So I have to go ahead and address this because I know that down here in Georgia, we really cannot be counting on a lot of things, right? I've already addressed it. The weed is pretty bad here. It's pretty bad, right? Now, areas, I told you guys that the north side was doing really bad. That they told me that the north side was doing really bad. But yeah, I got word about College Park, a little town in College Park. It's a little neighborhood, and don't quote me on the name of the neighborhood, but they call it Old Dixie. Now, usually I hear that Old Dixie's doing pretty good, but Old Dixie's ran into a little problem here. Let me tell you about Old Dixie. I was driving one day, and I got a text message that there was going to be a strand called Sunday Cake, and I said to myself, Sunday cake sounds delicious. Mm. I ran and I said, how much would you do for a half? Gave me a real good price, 175. I felt like that's pretty doable. Let me get a half of the Sunday cake. I was excited when I ran up those steps and I grabbed that Sunday cake and I ran down those steps to my car. And it smelled good, guys. It smelled like a Sunday cake. I got home, I broke it down, and I was very intrigued when I didn't need my grinder. It broke down well and fine in my hand. And one thing I started to notice as I broke it down, that Sunday cake smell started to dissipate. It started to leave. And it started to smell more like just grass. Like CBD even. And I asked myself, did you sell me CBD? Now, I told you guys a story about when I was at a show, Smokehouse Theater, and an artist from California come up to me and he said he had some Marathon OG. And I was like, Marathon OG, that's Nipsey's strand. I've never had it. He said it's CBD. I never had CBD either. But it was when he was giving it to me, so I did try it. That was my first time trying CBD and my last time trying CBD. And I'm glad that I tried that CBD because now that I know what CBD tastes like, I know how it smells when I break it down. I know what to expect, right? I know the high, I know the hit, everything. So when I started hitting the Sunday cake, and I knew that I didn't order CBD, I was wondering why I was getting a CBD effect. And I started to ask myself, what's happening? So I started driving home and I'm hitting this CBD type tasting bud. And y'all won't believe what I drove by as I was exiting another way out.
What?
CBD shop. Now my wheels are turning. Are they buying the CBD on Old Dixie and selling it as regular Old Czar? Could it be they are doing scamming and bamming with the tree? Could it be that they got me? So I said I won't be going over there. I actually deleted his number out my phone and won't be calling him again and won't be texting him either. I started to hit the block button, but I thought that would be extreme. I didn't want him to, text me and see that he was blocked. But I took the number out of my phone and I did delete it. And I want to let you all know that if you're going over in that area, make sure that you smell your weed and make sure that you know what CBD is, because it seems that they're passing on CBD as weed. And if that is what you're doing, I don't want to be the one on air telling the person to jump off of a bridge, but you definitely should just go ahead and retire from the tree selling business and start what you're doing. And if there is a bridge that you're beside and you want to jump off of it for selling CBD, when there's stores that do it, then be my guest and jump off of it. But I don't want to be the one to suggest that. Jezebel.
Yes.
That was my story on my Huffington Post this week. Have you guys ever been got with CBD? Have you ever been tricked with CBD?
Well, I'm gonna ask you
You ever had
more.
some?
Like, I think I call CBD ghost weed. Like, it really don't have no effect. But what kind of effects should we be looking out for when?
Not. Just sleepy. Just sleepy. That's all it does. CBD is real weed without the psychedelic effect. Like, it ain't gonna have you sitting there laughing and giggling. It ain't gonna have you wanting to talk to your friends and socialize. It ain't gonna have you even wanting to have the munchies. It's just gonna have you satisfying the urge to say, I smoked today and I need to smoke again. You know? So yeah. Don't trust it.
I haven't. Well, I mean, people been having some okay shit. I haven't really been fucking with dissolve, but I came across some cherry OG.
Ooh.
Yes.
Cherry OG. Please.
Yes.
Now, do
I
tell.
just hit it.
Because I told you guys I hate cherry pie.
No, the cherry OG. I mean, when it breaks down, I mean, I'm talking about like exquisite, like for a good price. I mean, like I went back. I haven't called
Yeah,
this guy in 4 months because the last time I hit him, it was Huff.
your eyes literally was like, you look like they say Ron and Osley and them came back from their break in inhibition that was high as hell. No, like I'm
Hey,
literally jealous. Like I think my eyes are at a really good low session right now. Now
that's good
hers could
shit.
be a little lower. We gotta get it there, but we will. You know. So, but yeah, go ahead now.
Nah, it's really really it's really good. Like I said, I haven't hit him in a while. Hit him out
Let's look
off
at
some
cherry
GP,
pie. I mean,
and I
now,
had to go back the next day. So, Latina, what's some of your favorite strains?
You know what? When I'm being creative, I actually like Jack Harrow. Weirdly enough,
oh
it's really
yes,
really good for creativity. Like I'll just hit
sativa.
it and I'm up in my mind naturally. Kind of just does this, and I'm like that.
You know what? I
Yeah,
love it when my guests are sativa people.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like everyone is always indica, 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 indica. They try to get me with the indica hybrid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
You're like an indica, right? I like sativas. I'm one of those people that like to be like, if I could be like, and nobody get me with racist, but if I could move around all day, I would want to move around like Speedy Gonzalez. He would be like my ideal person. I would like to be moving around like. When I'm in the studio, Jack Harrow, Blue Dream.
Mm-hmm.
What else is good? Durban Poison is a good sativa.
Yeah, it is.
Let me see. Mango Kush is a great sativa to also be in the studio with. Those are really good creative strands. Now look, Blue Dream. Let me tell you a story. Well, let me tell you a story about Jack Harrow, but then let me tell you a story about Blue Dream. Jack Harrow, when I first got some Jack Harrow, I got it from California, and I went into the studio, and I was actually with Rich, and I actually recorded like 5 songs that day, right? So I could write a lot off of the Jack Harrow. But I had some Blue Dream, and I also had some Sour Diesel with the Blue Dream, but the Blue Dream was the one I was dominantly on. And I went into the studio one week with the Blue Dream, and I was constantly taking it every day. And at the end of that session, White Diesel is like that, bro. I can't even lie with that. White Diesel is like that. But I went in the studio with this Blue Dream, and we was in the studio the whole week with the Blue Dream, and then I got a call from the producer that I was working with at the time. He said, "Bro, you know we did 16 songs this week." I said, "Wait, we did what?" Yeah, he said, "Yeah, we did 16 songs this week." I said, "Oh, I got to come over and hear those." He said, "Yeah, you were totally high, all of them. You were totally high." I did not know that I had done any of these songs. You know, like some of them I remembered, but a lot of them I didn't even. I was like, oh, I don't even remember this jump. Damn, I said that. Oh yeah, let me redo that right quick. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. So I'm learning now. Certain strands really spot that interest. You know what I'm saying? That move. Like shit, man.
The only way I'll do a hybrid is if it's a sativa dominant hybrid,
Yes.
and that's at nighttime when I want to unwind. But I still won't. I still won't prefer indica at night. Like it just has to. I need sativa in there. It's just a thing.
Like I even be trying to get sativa at night because I don't want to go to sleep.
I'm trying. That's work done when
do you
at
chase?
night.
Do you chase the sun?
I do. I actually can't. I prefer to go to sleep when the sun comes up.
Right.
Like, hi sun. All right, now I'm gonna go to sleep. You know.
Last
Oh,
night.
wow.
Last night I was chasing the sun, right? And I knew I needed to go to bed, but I fell asleep at around like I fell asleep on the Isley thing. I ain't gonna lie, that joint was just like that's the type of music that's the type of music that you used to get put on when you're a punishment and you get your ass beat and then you wake up hearing the Isley brothers sing, like your mother proud and shit. She just gave you a good ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? And you got that good music playing in the background. That's how it was for me. So I just laid back and the Isley brothers and music. I was just done. You know what I'm saying? I woke up. It was like 2:00 in the morning. So now I'm like, all right, let me get to work. Let me do some work. You know what I'm saying? So I had to register some stuff. make sure all my paperwork was together, update some more logistics. Then I realized you were chasing the sun, Jezebel. You know? So like I'm like, oh yeah, let's get this show together. We gotta make sure it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like everything. And I'm always trying to make sure that I have the most current topics, but if something catches me during that day, I have to interject with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a Facebook warrior now. I've turned into a keyboard warrior. Now, do you know what a keyboard warrior is?
Yes, I do.
Now, listen, I'm not gonna lie, Jezebel, you know what a keyboard warrior is?
If I guess, you just always with the strokes, I guess.
Yes. And wait, key, keyboard strokes, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. For our guests, you know, I don't want to see no message pop up with somebody saying something crazy. But what I'm saying
keyboard
is,
strokes,
yeah,
guys.
we for the DMV, y'all. We gotta remember, we for the DMV. We gotta be careful how we say things. But what I'm saying is, like, I've turned into a keyboard warrior. I watched this video of this white kid talking about how he was a keyboard warrior, and he talked about his joy of it, right? And I immediately was like, this is me. This is my thing, right? So I turned into a keyboard warrior. So I was up last night on Facebook, keyboard warrior it away, you know. And I was arguing about some things that I don't even really be remembering what it was until I opened up my Facebook again to see it. But I think most of it was about like where DMX is from and shit like that. And look like real dumb shit. Like a lot of people talk about why artists don't be on and shit like that. There's a lot of people that ain't on talk about why artists ain't on. I mean, like, what the hell? You know, so I posted a status last night because there's some guys, you know what I'm saying, guys walk around on Facebook, everybody got a Grammy, everybody got a platinum plaque, everybody got a gold record, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I had dinner at Jay-Z house last night type shit on Facebook. So, you know what I'm saying, that shit's humorous. What's your favorite site to be on? Cutting up. You cut up online?
Favorite site I'm banned on Twitter. So
you banned on Twitter? Yo, how you get banned on Twitter?
I don't know. But
What'd you do?
No, not on Facebook. I need to keep something alive. So Facebook and Instagram, good, but yeah, Twitter, I need to figure out something else. I'll be good, Twitter. I'll be good.
Man, listen, my first Twitter was lit. I had over 25,000 like organic real followers, right? While they stole my song Bait, and I made a big deal about it online, and I woke up and had 25,000 followers, right? A lot of DJs and radio people from DC and shit, right? It was real cool, right? But I got real egotistical. There was a lot of girls in my DMs and shit like that, and the wife caught me, so that joint like got shut down. So now it's real hard for me to get back into Twitter because I'm afraid to get Twitter famous again. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a big conversationalist, and I guess in a merge that's not really good. You know what I'm saying? Like if a girl jumps in my DMs, I won't be like flirting with her, but I won't be like, hey, stay out my DMs, I'm married. You know what I'm saying? Now my wife kind of understands, but I think she kind of punishes me subconsciously with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I get punished subconsciously. It's like she won't interfere with the business, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? I get that motherfucker slack a daisy. So what's hilarious is you've already been through that phase, and now you're on a new phase. You plan on cutting up on Facebook? Come on Facebook and cut up with me. That's why I do all my keyboard warrior.
I can do that.
Tell them where to find you at, and you know how to get in touch with you online and all that good stuff.
All right. So right now you can find me at Instagram at yes I'm dope y, like yes I'm dope y.
And that's the word Y, because I actually typed in Y and it wasn't there, right? And what I realized is I took back the Y, and all you got to type is yes, I'm dope, and Y is going to be right there. She's literally the first one. So I've heard her music, y'all. She hasn't dropped anything new yet. She's in the studio, and she's working on some stuff. Now, I was blown away because I haven't really heard no pop singers in real life before, right? And I'm talking about like real like Lady Gaga type pop singers.
Other stuff I actually have on SoundCloud. That's stuff I was playing for you.
Yes. So I was about to tell her that you got your stuff on SoundCloud, some stuff that you recently dropped on SoundCloud, and tell her about your SoundCloud.
All right, so my SoundCloud is Latina Nichelle, LaTinaNichelle.
Now, how'd you come up with that name? Is that your real name?
That is my real name. My adopted
Great
parents
question.
had one job, and they named me Latina. And no, I am not a Latina. I am a black girl.
So,
Michelle is my middle name. So
well, there you have it, y'all. Make sure y'all go check out her music. Like I said,
Definitely.
it's definitely something that I like. So y'all already know. If I like it, I know y'all will like it. Because I'm real picky and choosy with my music. I'm choosy like that song. Choosy. So, Jezebel, what you got going on?
Well, first of all, before I go, I must say, Latina, your vibe is definitely dope. So I see why already. Okay. Looking forward to hearing more music from you. Definitely keep working. Don't give up. This Friday we're on a break. Last Friday we had Seven Times of God on the show. Please look out for the footage that should be out any day now. Shout out to is Mr. Caleb. I want to shout out Is because he's definitely been putting in a lot of work. I just want to thank you so much. And Success also, thank you. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Man, and y'all know, I greatly appreciate you as well, Jezebel, about this platform. You already know. So there it is. Y'all already know. Y'all, hopefully, all the artists out there, y'all learning a lot. Hopefully, we keeping y'all entertained for these 2 hours, cause y'all haven't even realized that we went up 2 hours. Y'all just staying on with us, and we love it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all also make sure y'all check out Sixxcess.com. Y'all
Yeah.
also go and make sure y'all hit that subscribe and like button on Boss Biz Radio. That's like down there, somewhere down there. You hit that button. And y'all know now at this time, y'all should be flicking off those ashes, putting those roaches away, and getting ready to roll up another J. Because I know I am. Y'all have a good one. And I'm out.
Bye, y'all. Peace. See y'all next Monday.